Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got game two of a doubleheader here on May 17th, 1978. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for game two of this doubleheader between the Braves and the Mets. Leading off for the Braves, playing second base, Jerry Royster. Batting second, playing first base, Bob Beal. Batting third, playing center field, Roland Office. Batting fourth, playing left field, Jeff Burris. Batting fifth, playing right field, Brian Asselton. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Joe Nolan. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Darrell Chaney. Batting eighth, playing third base, Ron Gilbreth. Batting ninth and on the mound is Tommy Boggs. And for the hometown New York Mets, leading off, playing third base, Lenny Randall. Batting second, playing right field, Bruce Beauclair. Batting third, playing center field, Lee Mazzelli. Batting fourth, playing first base, Willie Montez. Batting fifth, playing left field, Steve Henderson. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Ron Hodges. Batting seventh, playing second base, Joel Youngblood. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Doug Flynn. And batting ninth on the mound for the Mets is NINO Espinosa. Let's get down here to New York and get this game started. Leading off for the Braves, Jerry Royster batting .270 with no homers and 9 RBIs on the season. NINO Espinosa, this is his eighth game, his eighth start. He's 3-4 with a 4 ERA. Here's the pitch to Royster. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. And Randall's got it for out number one. One up and one down. And Bob Beal's up now. Beal batting .375. No homers and no RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bob will walk on down to first. He's got the first base runner. Now you got Randall Office up now. And Randall was batting .338 on the year. 1 homer and 11 RBIs. And that's not what the Braves wanted. That ball's hit down the Flynn at short. He's going to fire over to second, over to first. That'll be the old 6-4-3 double play, and that ends the inning. Braves, nothing. The Mets coming up. The bat, you'll have Randall, Beauclair, and Mazzelli do up here. Lenny's batting .292, no homers and 14 RBIs, going up against Tommy Boggs. Tommy's sixth start of the year. He's 1-3 with an 8.88 ERA. Here's the pitch to Randall. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tommy strikes him out for out number one. And up to the plate now is Beauclair. And Bruce is batting .213, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball. Well, wait a second. That might not be a ground ball. Yeah, that is going to barely be a ground ball. Bob barely makes the play, takes it himself for out number two. And Lee Mazzelli's up now, batting .263. He's got 3 homers and 18 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Chaney. 1-2-3 inning for the Mets. We get to the top of the second. No score here in New York. You got Burris, Asselton, and Nolan due up here for the Braves. Jeff batting .264. He's got 2 homers and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be another walk. So the Braves get their second base runner with nobody out here. And Brian Asselton's up now. And Brian gets this base runner at least in the scoring position. Brian's batting .237, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Lee's got it for out number one. Brings up Joe Nolan now. Nolan batting a .125, no homers and no RBI. And against a righty, that's going to be a 3. And that's going to be an infield hit. Nolan, slow roller down the short, no play. He's aboard here. First and second, still only 1 out. Can Cheney deliver here? He's batting .333 on the year. No homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Henderson in left field. And that'll be out number 2. And with Jeff's speed, he'd definitely be staying there at second. As Hunter joins us here, how's it going? Juan Gilbert's up now, batting .218. No homers and 9 RBIs. He delivered here with 2 outs. That'll be a bases on balls. That'll load the bases here. Bases are juiced. Can Tommy Boggs help his own cause? We don't need no stinking DH. Tommy's batting a .143 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. And that's a base on balls. And he just walked in the go-ahead run, folks. Espinosa with his 4th walk of the day. Back to the top of the order here. Can Jerry Royster bust this game open for the Braves? I'm going to make one change here. Move the second baseman a little bit. Clean this up a little bit. Clean this up. Sorry about this. There we go. See if that helps. Yeah, it's a little better. Alrighty. That's another thing here too. Let's try this. Didn't notice that either. Matter of fact, none of these. Let's see here. Sorry about this. Try to clean some of this up here. Go to the Mets. Go to the Mets here. I've already done this. Apparently not. Apparently not. Sorry about doing this during the game. Try to clean it up here. Trying to clean this up. Sorry about this. Just trying to clean this up some. Whoa, one too far. Getting there. Only a few more players to go. And here's the last one. We'll get back to the game. How's it going, Aaron? Yeah, trying to clean up this a little bit. All right, that should take out of it. Now we can get back to the game here. Get back to the game. Sorry about that. We'll make things look a little neater, a little nicer here on the field. Alrighty, sure does. That makes it look better. All right, so we got bases loaded, 2 outs. The Braves up 1-0. Espinosa has walked 4 batters, just walked in a run. Jerry Royster's at the plate, and he's just going to bust this game open, folks. I believe that is going to be a single in the left field. And with Gilbert's speed, he'll score easily. Boggs will probably stop down at second, and he will. So that'll be a 2 RBI single for Royster. And the Braves are up 3-0 here in the second. Bob Beal's up now, and Beal walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to Bob, and he gets a hold of this. He drives that ball in the center field. That'll score Boggs. Let's make sure. Boggs is slow, but even when that's slow, he should score with 2 outs here. Without a throw, I believe. Lee Mazzelli doesn't have an arm out there, so yeah, that'll be. And Royster should get down the third here, 59, and he will. So first and third, they go out and talk to Espinosa. Just like that. Braves are up 4-0, folks. They'll have to get the bullpen up in a hurry here. in New York as Espinosa is getting beat around here. Let's see, we got first and third with Royster down there at third, Bell at for first, and Nolan, he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play last time up, and that'll be a base on balls. Office walks this time. Bases are juiced again. Jeff Burris is up, and this might be Espinosa's last batter here in this inning if he can't get him out. Burris started this second inning off with a walk, came around to score. 10th man to make it to the plate. And he's going to ground out the young blood down at second. He'll go to short way over to second. That'll end the inning, but the Braves score 4, but leave the bases juiced. We go to the bottom of the second, 4-0 Atlanta. Wow game here. We got Montez, Henderson, and Hodges due up. Willie is batting .381, leading the National League in batting with 3 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gilbreth. He fires over to first for out number 1. Henderson comes up to bat now. Batting .238, 2 homers, 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. That's Tommy's first walk of the game. Want to start doing that with a 4-run lead. Ron Hodges is up now, batting .200 with no homers and 2 RBIs. Can they get the ground ball double play? And that's going to be another base on balls. Here we go. Now Tommy can't find the strike zone. So now we got first and second. 1 out for Youngblood. He is batting .353 on the year, no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a single in the center field. Henderson will score easily. And Hodges will stop at second. So the Mets get on the board here. In the bottom of the second, it's 4-1. Still 1 out. First and second for Doug Flynn. Flynn batting .236. No homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss strike 3. That'll be 2 outs here for Tommy Boggs. Espinosa, they're going to let him bat. I'm trying to burn the bullpen up. They'll let him come out and start the third inning. Batting a .154. He's no slouch. You can't groove one here to him. And that's going to be a back-to-back strikeouts. But the Mets score 1 and make it 4-1 as we go to the third inning. Hasselton, Nolan, and Cheney due up here for the Bravos. And Brian flew out the center his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field again. And that's going to be a nice play out there by Lee this time. A little more difficult than the first, and that'll be out number 1. As you can see, the Braves got one more game here against the Mets on the 18th. And then the Mets rather have one more game against Atlanta, and then they stay home, and the Phillies come to town. Nolan, he singled and came around to score his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball out to center field. 2 fly balls to lead, 2 outs. And Daryl Cheney up now. And Cheney flew out the left his first time up. And not this time. He squares this one up, folks. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So a 2-out double. It's Cheney in scoring position here. And Ron Gilbert's up. He walked, came around to score his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit, I believe. 8. Yep, that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And a 3. That'll be a 60. And again, with Lee's arm, he'll score without a throw. without a throw. So Cheney comes in, gets that run right back. And it is now 5-1 Atlanta. Tommy Boggs is up now with a runner down at first and 2 outs. And Tommy walked and drove in a run his last time up. Here's the pitch to Tommy. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Doug Flynn out there in shallow left field makes the catch, but the Braves score 1. We go to the bottom of the third, 5-1 Atlanta. We got the top of the order due up here from the Mets, Randall, Beauclair, and Mazzelli. Lenny is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to the right field. Brian's got it for out number 1. And Bruce is up now. He grounded out the first his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball this time out the left field. Burris has got it. 2 fly balls, 2 outs. And here comes Lee up now. Mazzelli grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tommy strikes him out. That's his 4th strikeout of the game. Mets go down 1, 2, 3 to the top of the 4th we go. And the top of the order due up here for Atlanta. Royster, Bell in office. Jerry 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI single his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart Youngblood at second for out number 1. Bob Beal up now. He has walked and singled and drove in a run. And that's going to be it's the 7. That is going to be an infield hit. Bob Beal shows a little bit of speed there. Slow roller. Gets on. 1 out now. Off is up. And Rollins 0 for 1. He is grounded into a double play and walked. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Youngblood. And his only play is going to be over to first. We don't have that right. Hold on 1 second here. I thought that didn't look right. Fix this real quick with Bell. He's supposed to be a fast runner. I don't know why we don't got that. Yeah, everywhere but there, huh? There we go. So he's safe at second. They get the runner out at first. I mean the batter out at first. Be a 4-3 put out. And now there's 2 outs for Jeff Burris, runner in scoring position. The Braves are already up 5-1. Burris is 0 for 1. He's walked, reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Montez fields it, tosses it over Espinosa, and that'll end the inning. The Braves strand 1 to the bottom of the 4th we go. You got Montez, Henderson, and Hodges due up here. And Willie is 0 for 1. He's grounded out the third his first time up. That'll be a fly ball out the left for out number 1. And Henderson's up now. Steve has walked his first time up, came around to score the only run for the Mets. And he's going to walk again. 2 walks here for Henderson. And that'll be Tommy's 3rd walk of the game. And that'll bring up Ron Hodges. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And they'll get the runner out at first. Batter out at first. That'll put the runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. For Joel Youngblood. Joel is 1 for 1. He had the RBI single his last time up. Not this time. That's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Office has got room out there. And again, the Mets strand one. We go to the top of the fifth. 5-1 Atlanta. It's Steve. Ken's on the bench. Yeah. Steve's starting and Ken's on the bench. You got Brian Asselton, Nolan, and Cheney due up now. And Brian is 0 for 2. He's flown out the center twice. Lee made a nice play out there in center field his last time to rob Brian of a hit. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Randall. Fires over to first for out number 1. And Nolan's up now. He's 1 for 2. He singled and flew out the center. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Sorry, in the right field. Base hit in the right field as Nolan turns on it. Hits that ball out there to Bruce. He's aboard here with a base hit. And Cheney's up now. He's doubled and scored and flew out the left. And that's going to be another fly ball out the left for out number 2. So it's up to Gilbreth here. Get this run across. He is 1 for 1. He's walked and had an RBI single. And that's going to be another bases on balls. So now you got Tommy Boggs up here with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, and Nolan and Gilbreth. Tommy has walked, driven in a run, and popped up the short. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And he'll go to short way to second. And that'll end the inning. The Braves strand 2 to the bottom of the 5th we go. We got Flynn, probably a pitch hitter here for Espinosa. And back to the top of the order, and Randall. Doug is 0 for 1. He's struck out the first time up. And that's going to be a rare play of 43 on a 36. And that's going to be strike 1 to Doug. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second for out number 1. And like I say, that'll be it for Espinosa. So he's going to come off the bench here. And Ken Henderson's going to come off the bench. The lefty try to get aboard here with the Mets trailing by 4. And Ken's batting .346 on the year. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. And he squares this one up, folks. And that's going to be a pitch hit single in the right field. Brian gets over quickly, cuts it off, holds him to a single. So now with 1 out, we get to the top of the order. Henderson down at first. And Randall's 0 for 2. He struck out and flew out to right. And that's going to be a, let's see here, out in front of the plate. 46 on a 6. Probably fielding column 3. Yep. That's a foul out behind home plate. Nolan takes the mask off, makes the catch for out number 2. And brings up Bruce now with 2 outs, a runner down at first. And Bruce is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flew out. And that's going to be a base on balls. So now you got runners at first and second for Lee Mazzelli. And Lee is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Here's the pitch from Tommy. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning. And you can see the Braves and Mets records. Braves are 12-19 with 109 runs scored. They've hit 30 homers, stolen 9 bases, been caught 4 times. And the Mets are 12-22, scored 136 runs, hit 22 homers, 12 stolen bases, and been caught 11 times. So now we go to the top of the 6th. See who the new pitcher here will be for the Mets. You got the righty switch hitter and a lefty. So I think Paul Seibert's going to come out of the bullpen here. Bring on the lefty. Seibert will come out of the pen. And this is Seibert's 9th appearance. He has 1 save on the year with a 4.76 ERA. Like I say, he'll be going up against the top of the order, Royster, Bobby, Bunnell, and Office here. Let's see what Jerry can do. He's 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single and a 9 against a 7. That is going to be an infield hit. Jerry barely beats it out. He's safe at first. Now you got Bob Beal up. And Bob is 2 for 2, having a great game. He has walked, singled twice, and drove in a run. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Youngblood. And a 44 and a 6. Not a very good fielding second baseman. That'll be fielding column 3. They'll get the runner, they'll get the batter out at first. That'll be it. Royster will get in the scoring position for rolling Office. 1 out here. And Jerry in second. Office is 0 for 2. He's walked and grounded out to short and second. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one, 6 on a 22. It's probably fielding column 2. Yep, fielding column 2. And they'll get the batter out at first again. So again, Royster gets down the third now with 2 outs. Another run's 90 feet away. Jeff Burris is 0 for 2. He has walked and reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out. And that's going to be another base on balls. So Jeff Burris is down at first now. It's up to Brian Asselton now to keep this inning going. And Brian's 0 for 3. He's flown out to center twice, grounded out to third. And that's going to be a pop up at the left field. And that'll end the inning. And Braves strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th. They're still hanging on to a 4-run lead here. We got Montez, Henderson, and Hodges up. And Montez is 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Willie's aboard here with nobody out. And that'll bring up Steve Henderson now. And Henderson is walked both times up. And he finally puts the ball in play. Maybe not. That's going to be a wild pitch. Well, let's see here. 41 on a team. Yeah, that's going to be a wild pitch. So that's going to get Willie down to second. So here's the 1-0 pitch to Henderson. And he strikes him out. A big strikeout there by Boggs. One down, and the runner stays put. Hodge is up now. He has walked and grounded out the third. And that's going to be hit down to Royster at second. 46 on the 7. And that'll barely be column number 2. And the runner will get down the third. Royster fires over to Bob at first. So now there's 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away. And you got Youngblood up here. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single, flew out the center. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Office, and that'll end the inning. The Mets strand 1. We go to the 7th inning. It's still 5-1 Atlanta. You got Nolan, Cheney, and Gilbreth due up here for the Braves. Joe is 2 for 3. He has singled, flew out. And that's going to be a pop up down the second for out number 1. Youngblood makes the catch. And Daryl Cheney's up now. And Daryl's 1 for 3. He's doubled, came around the score, and flew out the left both times. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. As Henderson can't get to that one. So the Mets got a 1-out hit. The Braves got a 1-out hit. So I'll get it right. And now you got Gilbreth up. Cheney down there. And let's see here. Gilbreth is 1 for 1. He has walked twice and singled and drove in a run. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. You'll get the runner out at second for out number 2. 4-6 put out. And that's going to be it for Tommy Boggs. We'll go to the bench here. See if we can get another insurance running, then go to the bullpen here. See who's going to come off the bench. And Barry Bonnell is going to come off the bench here. Where's Barry at? There he is. All right, Bonnell comes up. He is batting .253 on the year, no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. That's going to end the inning. And again, the Braves strand 1. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 5-1 Atlanta. Let's see here. Eddie Sullivan's going to come out of the bullpen here. With a 4-run lead. Trying to hold on to this game. He'll be facing Flynn, a pitch hitter for Seibert, and back to the top of the order in Randall. And Doug Flynn is 0 for 2. He struck out and popped up the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Gilbert's got it. He fires over the Bob. Across the diamond for out number 1. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here for the Mets. And Ed Crowland-Paul is going to come off the bench. See what Ed can do here against the righty. And Crane Pole is batting a .67, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes that out for out number 2. And we're back to the top of the order and Randall here. And Randall is 0 for 3. He is struck out, popped up, and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Ed. He fires over to first. 1, 2, 3 goes the Mets. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch for the Mets. You got the top of the order due up a righty, a switcher, and a lefty. So it doesn't really matter which side. Let's see here. Who the Mets are going to go with. And Bob will come out of the bullpen here. Try to keep this a 4-run game here in the top of the 8th. Bob has pitched in 15 games. He's 1-1 with a 7.62 ERA. Royster's having a fine game, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He's got 2 singles, popped up and grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 1. And that brings up Bob Beal. He's having a fine game, 2 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. The pitch to Bob. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He fires over to Willie at first for 2 outs. And Randall's up. Rollins up, rather. Roland Office is 0 for 3. Can he get a base hit here? Nope, but he'll take a base on balls. He'll walk on down to first with 2 outs. See if Jeff Burris can get the Braves another insurance run here. And Burris is 0 for 2. He's walked twice. Grounded out to first. And that's going to be a 40 team. That'll be a wild pitch if he's a nope. So that'll be a rare play. Have to re-roll some dice here. 54 on a 40. 54 on a 40. 26. Team, that's going to be a fly out the left field. That'll end the inning. So the Braves strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-1 Atlanta. We got Beauclair, Mazzelli, and Montez due up here. And Bruce is 0 for 2. He has walked, grounded out, and flown out. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be hit into the left field. No, in the right field. 45 on a 2. That'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a single in the right. So the Mets get the leadoff batter aboard here in the 8th. Lee Mazzelli's up now, and that'll get the bullpen up for the Braves. Rick Camp will get up. And Lee is 0 for 3. He is struck out twice and grounded out to short. And a 35 catcher, 32 on a 6. And that's barely fielding column 2. That's going to be a pop-up behind home plate near the dugout. And Nolan takes the mask off, makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Montez up now. Montez is 1 for 3. He's grounded out, flown out, and singled. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster. And Jerry's going to get the batter out. That'll be it. That'll be a 4-3 put out. The runner will get in scoring position. And Henderson's up now with 2 outs. A runner down at second. And Henderson's 0 for 1. He's walked twice and struck out. He's yet to put the ball in play. And he still hasn't, because that's going to be a base on balls. So now you got first and second and 2 outs for Hodges up now. And Ron's 0 for 2. He's walked, grounded out the short, grounded out the second and third. And not this time. That'll be against the 8. That's going to be a single in the center field. And that'll definitely score Bruce. And Henderson will get down the third. So now we got first and third. And it's a 5-2 ball game. And this might be the last batter here for Eddie. First and third, Youngbloods up. He's 1 for 3. He's got a RBI single and flown out the center his other 2 times up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Here we go. And that ball is driven into deep center field. And that'll clear the bases. And that'll be it for Eddie. And it is now a 1-run ball game. And Rick Camp's going to come out of the bullpen here, as Eddie can't get the job done here in the 8th. See if Rick can get a 4-out save here. So you got a runner down at second. And 2 outs. All this coming with 2 outs, folks. Eddie couldn't get that all-important last out. So this is Rick's 9th appearance. He's 0-1. He has 3 saves with a 6.3 ERA. Doug Flynn's 0 for 3. Struck out, popped up, and grounded out. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Royster makes the catch. That'll end the inning, but the Mets score 3. We go to the top of the 9th. It's a 5-4 ball game. We got Burris, Asselton, and Nolan due up here. Myrick trying to get through this 9th inning. He's due to lead off the bottom of the 9th. Brian's 0 for 4. He's flown out to center twice, left, and grounded out the third. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Braves will take it. They need an insurance run or 2 here. Sorry, that's a swing and a miss. Brian strikes out. Looked at the wrong card. Redo that. So Brian strikes out for out number 1. That'll bring Nolan up to the plate now. And Joe is 2 for 4. Let's see if Nolan can get something started here in the top of the 9th. And that's going to be a base on balls. This time it is a base on balls. So Nolan gets a board here. Brings up Cheney now. And Cheney's 2 for 4 with a double. He came around the score. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field for out number 2. Can Gilbert do something here? And Rod's 1 for 2. Walked twice and driven in a run. And that's going to be against 12. That's going to be a base hit in the center field, in the left field. Runner will stop at second. Here's the question. Do we pitch hit for Camp? Braves ain't got much left in that bullpen. Got a pitch hitter, switchy, and a lefty. Sure, they burned a bunch of pitchers up in that first game of this doubleheader. They're going to have to go with Camp here. Camp's going to have to bat on his own. Maybe he can do some July 4th heroics here. This will be Camp's second bat appearance of the year. He's 0 for 1. And guess what, folks? That ball is hit down to first base. And first and second. And that's going to be a throwing error, and that's going to score a run. If he's a, nope, he's not a PR, it would have been a single. So that's going to be a throwing error, a two-base error. And Camp will be down at first. So that's going to be an E3. Runner on second. I'll score. And let's do that. So we got first and third. Rick Camp delivers with a ground ball down the first and oh, guess we got to do it this way. Okay. So the Braves get an insurance run and Camp stays in the game. So we got an E3. And we got first and third now for the top of the order. And Jerry Royster. And Royster is 2 for 5 today with 2 RBIs. And that'll be a ground ball down the short. And that'll end the inning. And he'll go over to first with that one. But the Braves get a big insurance run, make this a 6-4 ball game as we go to the bottom of the ninth, the bottom part of the order due up here for the Mets. I have a pitch hitter here, followed by the top of the order and Randall. I was 2. Randall and Bruce. So let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Pitch hit. Let's see who we're going to go with here. Bring up the lefties. Fear, I guess, will come off the bench. Sergio will come off the bench here. And Sergio is 0 for 2 on the year. See what he can do here against Camp. Lead off batter. And he drives that ball in the left field. And it's rolling around. He's heading for third. He's in there with a leadoff triple, folks. Sergio with a triple. How big was that run in the ninth now? Braves obviously will play back for the out. Up by 2. Randall's up now. He's 0 for 4. He has struck out, flown out, popped up, and grounded out. He's done it all. That's going to be a base on balls. Now the tying runs down at first. Bruce is up now. The Braves will be looking for a double play. They'll keep the infield back. Bruce is 1 for 3. Grounded out, flown out, walked and singled. And that's going to be a 40 infield. Let's see what their infield is. Probably going to be fielding column 1. 3, 9, 17, 21, 22, 29, yeah. So that's going to be a pass ball, folks. Pass ball gets rid of the double play. The run comes in to score. Runner down in scoring position to tie this up. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Bruce. And that's going to be a base hit, probably in the going to end up scoring Randall. And we're going to have us a tie ball game here, folks. That's going to be a single in the center field. And with no outs, let's see if Randall's going to try to come in to score. That'll be a 45 minus a 34 plus an 18, 29. He's going to try to score. Ken Office throw him out here, folks. The Braves need this bad. 29. That'll be a 55 or lower. He's safe. And a 44. He's in there with an RBI single. And this game is tied up. Still nobody out here in the ninth. Braves have blown this 5-1 lead. And it was up 4-0. Now it is a 6-6 ball game. No outs. Mazzelli's up. He's 0 for 4. He struck out twice, grounded out, and popped up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Lee. Camp can't get the ball over. And that's going to be a walk the hard way on Apba with 2 dice rolls. So now the winning run is at second base. Still nobody out. Still nobody out. And Willie Montez is up. He's 1 for 4. He's grounded out twice. The short and second flew out the left end single. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Cheney calls for it for out number 1. That brings up Steve Henderson now. Braves desperately need a double play ball. He has walked 3 times and has struck out yet to put the ball in play. And a 64. That's another swing and a miss, so he still hasn't put the ball in play. 2 outs now. And Hodges is up. And Ron is 1 for 3. He has walked and driven in a run, grounded out the second and third as we drop the dice. And that's going to be a 20. Going to be hit down the second. 26 for a 7. And that is going to be barely fielding column 1. And that's going to be a nice play down there by Royster. He fires over to first to end the inning. But the Mets score 2 and tie this ball game up, folks. He's going to come out of the bullpen and pitch here. It's going to be Lockwood's coming out of the bullpen. Lockwood comes out of the pen. They'll be facing Beal, Office, and Burris. Game tied up. Extra extras. Read all about it. We got extra innings here, folks. 6-6 ball game. This is Lockwood's 9th appearance. He's got 3 saves on the year with a 3 ERA. Bob Beal's having a good game. He's 2 for 4 with a walk and an RBI. And that'll be another base on balls. The Braves will take it. Go ahead runs down at first. Here comes rolling Office up now. Office is 0 for 3, 2 walks. He's grounded out the short and second. Here's the pitch to Office. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Henderson and left for out number 1. Jeff Burris up now. Can he do something? A double probably scores Bob from first. He's 0 for 3 with 2 walks. And he gets a hold of this one. Can Jeff drive him in, folks? And that ball is hit into right field down the line of 42. Minus a 33. Plus a 16. A 25. 51 or lower. Bob scores. And a 63. They throw him out at the plate, folks. Throw him out at the plate. Now we got a runner down at second and 2 outs for Brian Asselton. Can he deliver here? Jeff Burris doesn't have much speed. Brian is 0 for 5, to say the least. He is due. And that's not going to happen. That's a ground ball down to Flynn. He fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. Nice play out there by Bruce. Keeps us a tie ball game. We go to the bottom of the 10th. We're going to see if Camp can make it through this 10th inning. He's got Youngblood, Flynn, and then a pitch hitter for Lockwood. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gilbreth. He fires over to first for out number 1. I'll bring up Doug Flynn now. Flynn's 0 for 4. Struck out, popped up to second twice, and grounded out to third. And that'll be a swing and a miss. He strikes Flynn out. And now a pitch hitter here for Lockwood. Whoa, as we drop some cards. See who's going to come off the bench here. That is the question. Who is going to come off the bench? Yeah, I think it's going to be Maddox going to come off the bench here. Cancel that. A pitch hitter. There we go. Elliott will come off the bench. And Elliott is batting .267 with a homer and 7 RBIs. 2 outs, nobody on the bottom of the 10th. And that'll be a ground ball down to Royster. That'll end the inning. And we're going to the 11th here. Still tied up at 6 apiece. It'll be Nolan, Cheney, and Gilbreth due up here. See who the Mets will bring out of the bullpen. And Cornigel, I guess we'll probably bring out here. Let's see. What's the last time he pitched? It's been a little while, so that's who's going to come out. And Cornigel, this is his 20th appearance of the season. He is 0-3 with a 9.43 ERA. See if the Braves can get to him here in the top of the 11th. Nolan is 2 for 4 with a walk. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field for out number 1. One down here in the 11th. And Daryl Cheney up now. Cheney is 2 for 5 with a double. And that's going to be a rare play, a 65 on a 39. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1 on Cheney. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. And that's going to be an 8 against a 14. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field for out number 2. And Gilbert will come up to the plate now. Gilbert is 2 for 3. He has walked twice, then drove in a run. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second, and that'll end the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 11th, folks. And Camp is due to lead off the 12th. See what Rick can do here. He's got the top of the order, Randall, Beauclair, and Mazzelli. Lenny is 0 for 4. And that's going to be a base on balls. Camp walks to go ahead run. Here we go. Beauclair's due up next. He is 2 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. And this could be the game. He squares this one up, folks. And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. They're sending Randall home. Can the Braves do what the Mets did to them? Throw him out at the plate. So it'll be a 42 minus a 32. 28. 28. 54 or lower. He's safe and this ball game's over. What is it? 28? 54 right on the nose. The Braves are jumping up and down, says he's out, but no, the ump says he's safe. RBI double ends this ball game. The Mets win 7-6. What a close play at the plate. Make sure I read that right. A 28 is a 54. Yep. 54 or lower. He's safe, and that's your ball game, folks. Crazy game, wasn't it? Crazy game. Braves up 4-0, blow it, lose it 7-6 in extra innings. Had a runner thrown out at the plate, and they think they've thrown a runner out at the plate, but the ump says no. Let's take a look here at the box score. The Braves 6 runs on 11 hits. They out-hit the Mets, but can't outscore them. No errors. The Mets 7 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Royster and Bell had a nice game at the top of the order. Nolan, Cheney, and Gilbert at the bottom of the order had a nice game. Braves are 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position, left 14 men on base. Look at Bruce, a 3 for 5 game. Youngblood, 2 for 5. Mets were 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Espinosa goes 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 6 walks. Seibert comes in 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk. Rick comes in 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 unearned run, walk 2, struck out 2. Lockwood 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk. Conger goes to 1-3, 1 inning. Tommy Boggs pitched a nice game, gets a no decision out of this, folks. Not going to be happy about that. Boggs 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, struck out 6. Sullivan comes in, blows up 1 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 1. Camp goes to 0-2, 2 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, struck out 2. All righty, let's do some fast play here in the National League. You got the Phillies taking on the Astros in Houston. Should be a good game. Joaquin Andahar against Lurch. And the Astros win 6-4. Astros turned 4 double plays. Astros 6 runs, 14 hits, and no errors. Phillies 4 runs, 11 hits, and 1 errors. Got the Pirates traveling out to LA to take on the Dodgers. And the Dodgers shut out the Pirates. 3 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for the Dodgers. No runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors for the Pirates. You got the Reds taking on the Expos in Montreal. And the Expos win a close game. Let's see what the Stars for. A walk-off win. We'll take a look here at this box score. This game went into extra innings. 12th inning. The Reds 1 run on 9 hits and 1 error. They out-hit the Expos but could only get 1 run. Expos 2 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Pete Rose was 2 for 5. And Concepcion was 2 for 5. They were 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position, left 10 men on base. And Valentin for the Expos were 2 for 4. Expos only 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position, left 6 men on base. Baum goes 10 innings, 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 5, and gave up a homer. Bornbrennan comes in and pitches 1/3 of an inning, and Tallman comes in, goes to 0-1, 4 hits in 1/3 of an inning, gives up 1 run, walked 1. Grissom goes 11 1/3, 9 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, struck out 4. Deuce comes in, goes to 2-1, 2/3 of an inning. Got the scorecard here in that 12th inning for the Mets. You had a leadoff walk, a 3 singles, and a base on balls. Ain't that crazy? Crazy, crazy, crazy. All righty, now we got the Cardinals taking on the Padres. Yeah, it should be a good series. Reds and the Braves. Cardinals and the Padres. Let's see what happens out here in San Diego, California. Cardinals win 5-4 on 10 hits and no errors. Padres 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. And the last National League game is Cubs-Giants. See what happens out here in San Francisco. And the Cubbies win 6-4 on 14 hits and no errors. Giants 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. Pirates are a half a game now up on the Expos. The Phillies are a game and a half back. Cubbies are 4 games back. The Mets 9. And the Cardinals are 12.5. And out west, Dodgers 3.5 games up on the Giants. Houston 7 games back. Padres 8.5. Atlanta 11. And the Reds 11.5 on a 6-game losing streak. Braves on a 2-game losing streak. Willie Montez is leading the National League now with a .374 batting average. Foster with 9 homers and 31 RBIs, leading the National League. That's one bright spot there for you, Aaron. And Don Robinson with a 1.1 ERA. Steve Rogers with 6 wins. And 3 pitchers now with 6 saves. Fingers, Keeson, and Suter. It's Reggie Smith leading in MVP voting. Steve Rogers in the Cy Young. I want to thank Hunter and Aaron Reed for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and way out, hit that bell for reminders and that like and comment button. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.